Ego is the enemy, and most of the people agree with this phrase, but I don't think so it's true, and I'll tell you why. Part 1. Why? The simplest reason is because ego is beneficial. You might be thinking, but wait, how is ego, which is supposed to be a bad thing, beneficial for us? Ego is essential in a way that ego gives us the energy boost we need to achieve the certain goal we have been setting for ourselves. If you have a huge level of ego, then you would always think that you are better than your current self. That means this will push you to act further and go further beyond. Imagine the topper in a classroom. Why is he the topper? It's because he has topped once or twice and then he has to maintain his top position. Why does he have to maintain? Does he have a signed agreement that I have to maintain? No, it's because he has the ego and he wants to maintain. Because once he gets to the top, everyone is congratulating him. That means they are enforcing that positive behavior and they are telling that yes, we will validate you if you get to this level and if you become the topper. That's why he has the ego to never let go of the topper title he has been given. That's why he works very, very hard to get to that level again so that no one can take his place, no one can replace him. Part 2. Bad ego. This is the reason why the ego is enemy phrase is very popular. Instead of bad ego, I like to call this as the baseless ego because it doesn't have a foundation. It originates from overconfidence. Because once you get overconfident and you think that you are too much above the things, then you start to procrastinate. You start to think that you can put the minimum amount of effort and get the maximum amount of output. For example, let's take another topper who has now degraded. Why does it degrade? Why does someone who has earned the title of topper degrade to a 70-80% student? It's because he stopped putting in the effort. Throughout my school life, I have met many people who had the capabilities of achieving the rank of topper, but they did not achieve it due to the simple fact that they have degraded their quality once they get to touch that rank a little bit. What do I mean by this? Let me break it down. Once a person gets to the rank of topper, there are two paths he can take. Either he can take the path of improving or he can take the path of maintenance. And we all know that maintenance is a myth. What happens to the person who improves? As I previously said, once he improves, then he is gonna tackle the competition and win the competition. That's why he will stay in the topper position. He will not let go of the title of topper. But what happens when he chooses to maintain? He gets consumed by the joy of being topper. What does he do? He reduces his study time. Why? Because he thinks that he is already the topper, so he doesn't need to work anymore. He tries to minimize the effort and maximize the output. That's why he gradually fails and he doesn't retain the title of topper. He slowly degrades. All of this can be summarized into a single word known as complacent. That guy became complacent. That guy stopped putting in the effort. He stopped putting in the work that got him to the results. This guy over here is basically enjoying the fruits of his previous self. His success was totally determined by the work his previous self put in. If his previous self worked too much hard, then he got the results. Now that he is not working hard, his future self will not get the results. It's a simple equation. Also, I would like to say that this video is not targeting the famous author Ryan Holiday's Ego is the Enemy book. It's targeting the concept that ego is the enemy itself. It's not particularly targeting that author because some people might think that it is targeting the author based on the title and all of this, but really not, because I really enjoy his works and he's a very nice thinker of our generation or our times. Also, you have been watching this far and you haven't liked and subscribed, right? Go and do that right now. Now that we have talked about the bad ego, let's talk about its good counterpart. So part 3, good ego. Good ego is the ego we want to have in ourselves because it comes from confidence and not overconfidence. This can be in the form that people think I am the best at what I do, I am the greatest person on earth, I am God himself. This is very nicely demonstrated by Andrew Tate because that guy just makes it so that his identity is he is the greatest of them all. He can do anything, everything. He is the most intellectually gifted person in the world. Whether or not that is a matter of fact, it doesn't matter. Because he shows himself in a way that tells everyone that yes, he knows what he is speaking about. And that's why he has the confidence, because he's subconsciously using his ego to boost that part of himself. Good ego is also linked to willingness to learn. Now there are arrogant people with bad ego, or what I called the baseless ego, that don't want to learn, that they think that they are above learning, they are above so many things in the world. But those who have the good ego, they know that they have got so many things to learn. Similarly, people with good ego have the will to improve. Like I gave the example, this guy over here doesn't have the will to improve, whereas this guy has the will to improve. That's why he will always be better than this guy. People with good ego also have the power to believe in themselves because their belief is not the exterior fake belief. Whenever they believe something, they believe it 100% because know that their capabilities can take them to where they want to go. It's not fake because many people show the outside world that they believe in themselves, but internally they don't believe in themselves. But people with good ego do believe in themselves both internally and externally. That's why that is the single reason why they appear so confident. Part 4, conclusion. The question of the hour then becomes, is ego bad? As I have already explained, it depends on the type of ego. If you are arrogant brat with bad ego and baseless ego, then yes, it's bad. But if you are someone who is confident in himself and not overconfident and all the qualities that I previously mentioned, then of course you are having a good ego. That is good for you. What I want to lead you to a conclusion is, don't mindlessly just associate yourself with any movement that you see online. It's because regardless of whether someone gives you a phrase to follow or not, you have to think for yourself whether you agree with the message or you don't agree with the message. Ego is the enemy, yes, but what we have to attach in front is bad ego is the enemy, because good ego can be actually our friend and our greatest asset. There are a billion options as to why people won't like my message, what I am saying here, and that's because I am saying that ego is not the enemy, whereas 99% of the people in the world believe is ego is the enemy. But I'll still agree to what I said because I have the damn ego and the confidence to believe in what I say, and that's why whether I get cancelled or not for saying the truth, I don't give a damn because this is the truth. If you want to know what the hell is destroying your articulation, then go and click this one, or if you want to know my process of media consumption, then go and click this one. I'll see you in the next one. Start if you haven't already.